fix the scenes. Right. The last one is Aloha-ha-ha. The lasty pasty one. Okay, the last one will be continued by now. Can this situation get any boringer? I said. An old man in front heard me say that. He peeked his head over the seat real friendly. He said his name was Harold. He's got 88 years young. When you get to be my age, spectacular scenery wasn't exciting as it gets, he said. I sighed again. That is not much to look forward to, Harold, I said. Daddy quickly leaned over and he told me to please find something to do. When he gave me my camera, I said to take pictures of the people on the bus. I waited till we stopped at a light. I stood in the cell, took a picture. Click, click. Oh, I sat back down. That picture would go nicely in my other embarrassing photojournal pictures, I said. Everyone is going to laugh me right out of show and tell. After that, Mother snatched my camera away. She said I needed a nap. I covered my ears. Yeah, only I can't even sleep with all Donald's yanking going on, I said. That man would not stop, I tell you. He told us the names of a million jillion Hawaii birds, a million jillion Hawaii flowers. Ooh. Plus also, he talked about pineapples, coconuts, and bananas, and papayas. Papayas? Maybe it's a kind of fruit, but all the other fruit, I love it. But Donald took a big breath, started talking about tuna fish. I threw my hands in the air. For the love of Pete, someone take this microphone away, I hollered. Mother did a gasp at that comment. Daddy did a gasp too. I quick covered my mouth, but it was too late. All the bus people were stretching their neck to look at me. Junie B, what on the earth has gone to you today? Asked Mother. I slumped way down. Sorry, Mother, sorry, but I have stress in my head. I really need an exciting picture for my photo journal. Only what kind of exciting picture can you get on a stupid, dumb nature walk with old people? I stopped to look over the seat. No offense, Harold, I said. None taken, he said back. I just want to start running out of time, explained. Aren't we all? Said Harold. Mother sat me down again. Well, I can promise you one thing, Junie B, she said. If you go on this hike with a bad attitude, nothing good will happen. If you keep an open mind, you might be surprised. Sometimes nature can be very exciting. Of course, I never know that we're got the biggest tree in the forest, and I never ever go to Hawaii to meet new flowers and thingies. I love to take beautiful pictures, though. I love to. I slumped down even more. Yeah, right. Exciting, I said. I turned to look out the window. I don't care what she says. Nature's not exciting, not even if it's in paradise. The bus trip took forever, it seemed, but finally, whew, at last, the driver turned a corner and pulled to a parking lot. We're here, said Donald. Welcome to our beautiful Hawaiian rainforest. I sprang up like a spring and ran outside and sniffed real deep. Fresh air, fresh air! I thought I would never breathe you again, I said. Pretty soon, Donald gathered all the bus people around him. He gave us a nature guidebook and told us the hiking rules. Hiking rule number 1, he said. Please stay on the hiking trail and do not wander off on your own, he went on. Hiking rule number 2, please do not disrupt natural vegetation. And hiking rule number 3, please be respectful respectful of nature and speak in quiet voices. I looked at Squeezer and rolled my eyes. Wonderful, another quiet voice day, I grouched. After that, all the bus people lined up behind Donald. We started hiking down the trail. It was slow and molasses, I tell you. On account of every 2 seconds, people kept stopping to look at stuff. Just plain old normal stuff, I mean, like plants and flowers and trees. Finally, I got frustration in me. Okay, folks, keep it moving. We're seeing it all before, I called. Daddy quick scooped me up and he sat me on a rock and waited me for other bus people to pass by. And a big surprise, I got scolded again. He said if I can't behave myself, we would go back to the bus right now, and we would sit there until all the people come back. Is that what you want to do, Missy? He said. Huh? Is it? I made a grump face. No, Daddy, I said. I don't want to do any of this stuff. I wish we could do something exciting, like I already seen flowers in nature before. Just when Mother picked up the flowers that is lying on the trail. Oh, but you've never seen a flower quite like this, Junie B, she said. Look how beautiful it is. Look like a big red power puff. She stuck it in my hair, and she took out a mirror to let me to see. I stared at myself very admiring. Whoa, I said. I look stunning. Mother laughed. Yes, you do, she said. This one made a really cute picture. My face got brighter. Hey, yeah, I said. This could be the first cute picture of my whole entire photo journal. I quick got my camera and I held it out in front of me. Then, click, click, I took a picture of my very own self. Now that one is a keeper, I said. After that, all of us start hiking again. And this time, I was a slowpoke, because I kept on picking powder puff flowers and sticking them in my hair. Pretty soon, the whole head was full of beautiful things. I stuck extra one in my pockets, and shirt buttons, and shoe place holes, and looked out and Squeezer smiled. Nature is being a little bit fun, I said. I smiled bigger. Who knew? We hiked and hiked to the end of the trail, and Donald gave us some granola bars, and also we drank Gatorade. Donald liked my flower head. You're like a walking lahua blossom, he said. I did frown at that word. Lahua what? I said. Lahua blossom. The flowers in your hair are red lahua blossoms, he explained. Lahua blossoms are favorite food source for a little red bird called an aparpain. I stared at that man for a real long time. You have way too much information in your head, Don, I said. Donald laughed real loud. I laughed too, only it wasn't actually a joke. After we rest, we start hiking back to the bus. Mother and Daddy and I went last again, only this time I had to walk even slower. On account of the flowers kept falling out of my hair, so I could keep picking them up and putting them back. Come on, Junie B, said Mother. We need to stay out with the others. If flowers fall out of your hair, you just have to leave them. I did a frown, but I worked very hard at this flower arrangement, I said. I don't want to go back to the bus empty-headed. Mother thought for a minute. When she picked up more flowers from the trail, she wove them all over my head. Plus also, she used some bobby pins to hold them. There, that ought to do the trick, she said. Now come on, let's go. We got to catch up. So both of us started to run. Only too bad for me, because all of a sudden, my shoe came loose, so I quick sat down on the trail to tie it. That have a last pleasant hiking memory I have. Whoosh! The noise zoomed at my ear. Whoosh! I did a gasp. A teeny red bird flew right at my face. I sat there real frozen. The bird fluttered and flapped, and chirped and chirped, and dipped and swirled, and then plop. That crazy bird landed right on top of my head. My mouth tried to shout, but no word would come out. I quick stood up and tried to shoo him away. Just flap and flop and flutter some more. Kept right on staying there. Finally, my voice came back to normal. Bird! Bird! 911! 911! Bird! Bird! I screeched. Mother and Daddy came running back to me. My mouth fell all the way open. I tried to shoo the bird away too. It still kept flapping and flopping and fluttering up there. Finally, Mother covered her mouth with her hand. Oh my gosh! I think it's stuck, I said. I think it's tangled in her hair. My eyes got big and wide at that news. Tangled? I yelled. The bird is tangled in my hair? Are you kidding me? I raised and screeched even louder. It's tangled! It's tangled! 911! 911! Tangled bird! I hollered. All the bus people came rushing back at once. Plus, Donald came rushing back too. He came to stop in front of a group. He quick gathered himself together and started giving orders. Okay, I need everyone to go back to the bus. Now, he said, please. The old people hurried away. When Donald turned to Mother and Daddy, he made his voice very calmly. Okay, Mom and Dad, step away from the bird, he said. Mother and Daddy looked at each other, and both of them stepped away. After that, Donald walked to me real slow and squatted down next to me. He held my hand. You okay, honey? He said. I rolled my eyes. I've got a bird in their head here, Don. How many could be? How good can be? I said. Donald smiled. I don't know. You look pretty brave to me, he said. I thought for a minute and did a sign. I'm not, Donald. I'm not brave, I said. I'm afraid of jellyfish and eels. Donald shrugged. Join the club, he said. After that, he gave me a pat and he told me my final instruction. Just hold your head perfectly still, he said. I'm going to walk behind you and untangle this little guy, okay? My heart pumps real hard. Okay, I said back. I stood as still as could be. Donald's voice kept talking real quiet and calm. In all my years as a nature guy, I'd never seen a sight like this, he said. I raised my eyebrows. Really? He said. I wish I'd have a picture of this. A picture of this would become in a million. That's when it hit me and gasped. Donald, I have a camera, I said. I pointed to a backpack lying on the trail. It's right in there. Mother covered her mouth. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that, I said. She said. She bent down real slow and she got the camera from my backpack. And click, click, she took a picture. I kept on staying still. I felt Donald pick up a bird real gentle and untangle his feet from my hair. Click, click, Mother took another picture. And hooray! Donald held out his hands and he showed me his teensy little red bird. Okay, see? Not one feather harm, he said. Good job, young lady. I smiled real relieved. Good job to do you too, Donald, I said. He winked at me. How about if you and I go release this little fella back to his tree? He said. He's going to have a pretty exciting story to tell all his friends, isn't he? I thought about show and tell. Yes, I said. We both are. After that, I took the camera from Mother, and me and Donald went down the trail a little way. Donald set the little bird on a rock. He kept his hand around the bird real gentle. Ready? Said Donald. Ready, I said. Donald took his hands away, and flap, flap. The bird started to fly. I began snapping pictures very fast. Click, click. Click, click. Too little. And the last one. And zoo, it flew away. For a second, it stood very silent. Donald Wait. Donald stood real silent too. Whoa, I said, finally. Wow, said Donald. I looked at each other and smiled. I aimed my camera one more time. Click, click. Chapter 9, the last one. Aloha! Dear 5. Dear first grade journal, day 5. Dear first grade journal, it's already tomorrow morning. Mother and Daddy are still sleeping. Only I don't even know how can we even go to sleep all night. Because yesterday was the excitingest day of my life. Donald take the microphone the whole way home. Talk in the microphone the whole way home. He said the bird was just a baby and thought my head was a giant flower probably. Also, he said how brave I was, and that was delightful little girl. That I was a delightful little girl. It was a very interesting conversation, but that's how not even the end of the exciting birthday. On account of last night, I took a bubble bath, and Squeezer got all warmish and soapish. And what do you know? He slipped right off with the bubbles, and getting to be excellent with birds. Someday I'll be a nature guy probably. I thought for a second. Or maybe I'll be a photojournal guy, possibly. I tap on my chin. Oh wait, maybe I like to arrange hair flowers, because I have the talent for that too, I believe. From Junie B, nature guy, and other possible stuff. I put my pencil down and took out my photojournal, because after the bus trip yesterday, we went right to the drugstore. We got my pictures delivered, and they turned out beautifully, I tell you. I showed them to Jilly Bob, Johnny Bob, and Squeezer. We love them very much. Also, I tried to show them to Dolores. She was busy getting a facial. After I finished looking at the pictures, I lined them up in the journal. I print their caption all nice and neat. I smiled as I read them. Day 1, Grouty Loud Ladies. Day 2, Doofus Girl and Squeezer. Day 3, Hawaii's making a fool out of me. And day 4, a bus full people. And day 5 was about, I am stunning. A bird in the hair, a bird in the hands, a bird in the tree. Bye-bye, birdie. A new friend, Don. You still remember Donald, right? Mr. Scary was right. The photojournal really does tell a story in my pictures. And Don was right too. My bird picture was 1 in a million. I did a sign. 1 in a million, I whispered. You really can't beat 1 in a million. I opened my suitcase and I packed my journal real careful. I smiled some more. Real one first official photo journal ever, I said. I stood up a little straighter, because feeling official made me taller again. Just then the radio went off. Today was going our last day in Hawaii, so Mother and Daddy had set the alarm. I looked at the clock and grinned. There's still time for one delicious pancake breakfast. I tippy-toed to Daddy and blew air in his face. He opened one eyeball. I waved. Aloha-ha-ha, I whispered. Daddy did a chuckle. I kissed him on the cheek. Hawaii was the end of my life. Let me open back. Let me see. Okay. Okay, where is it? I guess somewhere here. Okay, maybe you don't really have to wait, and so bye-bye.